I'm going to tell you a story about how I came about to living in Canada. So it started when I was 11 and my parents asked me and my sister what we would think about moving to Canada. And we both said that'd be, it'd be a good change. We'd possibly like it, but this is when I was 11, 9, so we really didn't have a good idea what it'd be like. I mean, we've been to Canada a couple of times before to visit because my dad's aunt and his uncle live in Canada along with his cousins, so we've been to visit a few times. And we really enjoyed ourselves. So my dad applied to immigrate to Canada, and in order to get accepted to immigrate to Canada, you need 74 points. I'm not quite sure how the point system worked, but you needed 74. And we only got 72 from this one guy that we tried to apply. So we got rejected the first time when I was 11. And then a year later, my dad rechecked the point scoring system with another guy, and apparently we could have got in by 1 point at that time. So I could have been here in grade 6, but that didn't happen because we had some stupid immigrant guy thing with the point system. We applied again, and this time we got accepted because apparently the point scoring system had changed. So we got enough points and we were allowed to immigrate to Canada. This is 2004. So after being accepted to immigrate to Canada, my parents said they would like to move around in July 2005. So in order to immigrate successfully, you have to go through medical procedures and stuff like that. So we got a couple of days off school just to do those medical procedures. It's pretty nice. Also, we had to deal with selling the house that we have in England, so we had to put that up for sale, plan on what we're going to take, what we're not going to take. So we had lots of sales to get rid of stuff, lots of stuff to give away. So by the time we had done all that, we had made sure we followed all the proper procedures and were ready to go to immigrate to Canada. The planned date to fly to Canada was on July 3rd, 2005. Before that happened, I had to say goodbye to all my friends and family, which was quite hard for me personally because I really enjoyed my first couple of years in high school in England, and I was going to miss my family a lot. At this time, the school year in England did not finish till July 21st, so I was going to miss a good 3 weeks of school, which would have been pretty nice. That last week of school for me before we left, it was quite hard for me to say goodbye to my friends. I really enjoyed being with them while I was in high school. So I officially finished school on July 29th, I believe. Something around that time. And then on July 1st, that morning, we had said our final goodbyes to my grandparents, both sets of grandparents, and we made our way down to Sussex. It was a very hard morning for us all, very emotional morning. So we had to say goodbye. On our way down, we went to Sussex, met up with our friends that were going to get married at the Oakhampton Manor House, which is a sports complex vacation area. And we let them know right then and there that we were immigrating to Canada. So we spent the first day we did all the sports stuff. The second day was the day of the wedding, so we went to the wedding, and then the morning on July 3rd, we got up and headed to Gatwick Airport, where we were going to fly out of England, one-way trip to Canada. I believe the flight was from about 1 o'clock England time, and we arrived around 3 o'clock Canadian time. For those that don't know, there is a 5-hour difference between Ontario Canadian time and England time. So the flight was overall 7 hours, I believe. Yep. So we got to Pearson Airport in Toronto. We had to go through immigration first to officially immigrate to Canada. Then we grabbed our bags, went through there, and then were greeted by my dad's Aunt Yvonne and his cousin Duncan, and then we drove out of Toronto to Kingston, and that was all on July 3rd, 2005. And that is my story of how we came about to living in Canada.